Hi everyone, welcome to another Lunchtime Live with Veg-Appeal. My name is Jen and welcome to my kitchen today. I'm going to be teaching you how to make some really easy recipes today that hopefully you can implement in your diet. First I wanted to say we have a lot of awesome events coming up. In fact, if you go to our website, which is www.veg-appeal.com, we actually have 6 different events coming up, half of which are free. So definitely check those out. We have a cancer prevention class coming where we focus on how foods fight cancer. That's coming up on Thursday evening, September 29th. That will start. And then we have a 21-day weight loss kickstart class that's coming up in October as well. We have a potluck at Balboa Park this weekend on Saturday, so if you live in San Diego, definitely come to that. We'd love to see you again or meet you if you're brand new to this. So let's go ahead and get started with today's recipe. So what we're going to start with is black beans. Now, black beans are a really good source of a lot of different things. One being protein, so they're a great plant-based source of protein. They actually have, for 1 cup, have 15 grams of protein, so great protein source. They're actually loaded with fiber as well, and then they have folate, different vitamins and nutrients. They're a good source of iron as well. So definitely implement more beans in your diet. So some of you are maybe wondering if you're brand new to beans, they can at first cause some gas, which people often get embarrassed about. So if you're new to eating beans, start off slow, don't eat a huge amount, just gradually increase your intake and it'll actually help with the digestibility of them. Another good tip is lentils. Lentils are easier to digest than the bigger beans are, so start off with some lentils first and that would be great. Another key thing too, when I make my beans from scratch, so these beans here were hard, I got them in the bulk bins at my store, and I soak them overnight, and I actually use a little bit of something called kombu. If you've never heard of it before, it's actually a seaweed, and it helps break down some of the indigestible starches in the beans. So what you do, it's pretty cheap for this too. I've had this for probably about a year in my pantry. I looked on Amazon today and it's about 10, 11 bucks for about a year's supply, what you would need, so it's pretty inexpensive. This is what it looks like, and all you need to do is just break off like a little, about a stamp size piece, about that big, and you soak your beans with this. And then you can dump it out and then put a new piece of kombu in your cooking water as well. So generally, like our black beans, if you're making them stovetop, and if you soak them overnight, it'll take about, you boil them and then let them simmer for about an hour and then just taste test them and make sure they're done. You don't want al dente beans, you want fully cooked beans to make them more digestible. So we're going to use these black beans today to make a really easy black bean dip. Now, any of you can do this. It doesn't matter your cooking experience. This is one of the easiest recipes, and it's so easy. So I'm going to add these black beans to my food processor. You can also, if you have a good high-speed blender, you could probably make this recipe in there as well, but food processors are really good. Like, I got this one at Costco, I think, for 20 bucks, so it's pretty inexpensive. It's just a smaller one. And then I'm going to add some salsa. So you just use whatever your favorite salsa is. My husband and I like spicy salsa, so we got organic hot salsa from Sprouts. So for this recipe, just do about a 1-to-1 ratio. So I did 1 cup of black beans, and then I'm going to do about 1 cup of the salsa. So that's about half of this jar. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball it here. This is kind of what's fun about cooking too, is I encourage you to be kind of experiment in the kitchen, add a little bit more, a little bit less. At first you can follow a recipe, but then kind of be adventurous and just add some new flavors. And if you like a little bit more of something else, you can add that. You could also add some fresh corn in here too as well. Then I'm going to add cumin. Now cumin is an amazing spice. It actually helps with digestibility. So with the beans here, it's really, really good to add some of this if you like cumin flavor. It really adds a nice flavor to it. So I'm just going to do about a tablespoon. So 1 and 1 cup of black beans, 1 cup of salsa, 1 cup, not 1 cup, that'd be a little bit overkill, 1 teaspoon of your cumin there. So then that's it. I'm going to put the cover on here and I'm going to blend this up until it's well mixed here. And that's it. So you can make this as simple as you want. If you really just want to add salsa and black beans, you can do that and blend it up and you have a great dip. You can also add, like I said, some fresh corn in there. You could add some cilantro if you like it. If you like things spicy, you can maybe add some sriracha or some kind of hot sauce in there as well. So for what to do with this dip, I would recommend getting like a whole grain wrap, or you could do a corn tortilla would be really good with this dip. But a fun thing I wanted to show you today is actually how you can make your own healthy chips. I don't know if you've looked in the grocery store, but a lot of them have a lot of fat, a lot of oil, and it's, as we all know, it's really easy to eat quite a few of them or the whole bag. So this is a healthier way to make your chips. You can get any kind of whole, 100% whole wheat or whole grain lavage bread. You could try it with tortillas too, a whole grain tortilla. And that's what I did today. So I took these here and I just cut them. See, they're nice and flexible now. I took a little handy food scissors I have and just cut them up like this. The fun thing is you can do them any shapes and sizes that you want. So today I just cut them in kind of like little strips like this. A pizza cutter also works really good too. If you have a pizza cutter, it's easy to do this. So I just cut them in strips. You lay these on your baking sheet, set your oven to 350 degrees, and cook them for about 10 minutes, and then flip them over, and then cook them for another about 3 to 5 minutes until they're crispy. So I showed you some examples here. I pre-made some. So as you can see, they make a nice healthy chip. They're really crunchy. I'll crunch them here. So you hear that crunch? They're good. So they went from kind of a floppy lavage bread to actually baked chip that's really, really healthy. So then you can use your homemade chips and dip them in the easy black bean dip, and it makes really good like an appetizer if you're having guests over or things like that. You could also just take your lavage bread and put some of this mixture inside and almost make like almost like a bean burrito out of it as well. Works really, really well. So that's it for today. Next week on Tuesday, we're going to do another lunchtime live. So stay tuned for that. We're going to do a zippy yam salad, it's called. So we're going to talk more about beta carotene next week. All right, take care, everyone. Hope to see you again soon.